Hello friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League Year 2 Playoffs National League Championship Series. The St. Louis Cardinals head to Candlestick Park to try to keep their season alive against the San Francisco Giants. The Giants had won the last two games at Busch Stadium after the Cardinals took a 2-1 series lead behind the 130-pitch, 4-hit shutout complete game from Bob Gibson in Game 3. But the Giants surged back in Games 4 and 5, and now the Giants are a game away from their return to the World Series. They lost in 7 games to the Oakland A's a year ago. They'll try to get back for a shot at the title this year, and they'll have to do it against Bob Gibson. Carl Hubbell will start for the Giants. Hubbell roughed up in the finale of the division series when the Giants defeated the Montreal Expos. That was a 16-6 rout, and there was a lot of feeling that Hubbell was basically just pitching the contact there and trying to preserve the Giants' bullpen. Hubbell certainly capable of much better than that. Hubbell and Gibson, Game 6 up next. Here's Ozzie Smith. Smith batting .293 so far in the postseason. Hubbell looks in to Posey behind the plate. First pitch offering. Ozzie swings at the first pitch, pops it up in foul ground. McCovey gets over there, puts it away for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Carl Hubbell. He'll sign up for that. Here's the Cardinals lineup. Smith, Hornsby, and Mize. Boyer, Edmonds, and Brian Jordan. Molina, Edman, and Ray Langford. The Cardinals hit .300 during the regular season. They have hit .248 in the playoffs. And nobody is struggling at the moment more than this man, Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby batting .200 in the playoffs, and Hornsby breaks out in a big way. First pitch from Hubbell, deep drive to left, and the Raja has gone deep. It's a 1-0 lead for the St. Louis Cardinals here in Game 6. So Hornsby, who hit a home run to lead off Game 1 of the NLCS and has done virtually nothing since then, jumps all over Hubbell here to lead off Game 6, the first pitch of the at-bat, second batter in Game 6. But Hornsby jacks one out, and it's 1-0 St. Louis. Deep shot. Balls have flown out to left here at Candlestick throughout the postseason. Now in steps Johnny Mize. Mize batting .343 in the playoffs. Curveball misses inside. Our good friend Beatles Eternally is in the house. Tex Aggs is here. Dwayne Martz, Big Clue as well. And there's Pib99, D. Scott Howard. Thanks, guys, for coming in here and spending a little Saturday night baseball time with me. It is much appreciated. Screwball misses down and into Mize. It's 2-0. Fastball is in for a called strike. So Hubbell will try to bounce back after the Hornsby jack. Mize, line shot, one hopper picked nicely by Dark. Throws over to first, and Mize is retired for the second out. Cardinals wearing their 77 blue unis, the Giants in their 83 uniforms. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer .237, a homer and 5 RBIs. Boyer had a very strong division series as the Cardinals ousted the Mets. He has not done much here in the championship series after a terrific regular season. Fly ball out to center. Mays is under it, puts it away, and the side is retired. But Rogers Hornsby goes deep for the Cardinals to get them on the board. Now Bob Gibson will take the mound with a 1-0 lead. Cardinals 1, Giants 0. NLCS Game 6. Michael Silva is in the house. How are you, Mike? So here's Bob Gibson. And Gibson has become quite the story. Gibson has not been a particularly good regular season pitcher in the 2 years of the FSBL. He is disappointed as far as the regular season goes, but in the postseason, Gibson has pitched to expectation. Again in Game 3, a complete game 4-hit shutout. Looped out to right by Benny Koff, but Brian Jordan gets there, and there's one away. If you are new, well, we'll get through the lineups first, and then I'll explain it. The Giants' batting order: Koff, Dark, and Mays, Ott, McCovey, and Kent, Posey, Lindstrom, and Bobby Thompson. The Giants have been an offensive machine in these playoffs, keeping up their terrific offense from the regular season as Alvin Dark steps in. Dark is only hitting .231. He's been a bit of an exception to that. So if you're new to the project, first of all, and most importantly, thanks for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you coming aboard here. The Franchise Stars Baseball League, it isn't a standard Franchise Stars League. Basically, every franchise has a master pool of 100 players. And before year one, 40 players at random from that pool were selected, and that's what the franchise started with. And the rest of the players will come in through rookie drafts, 4 at a time, plus 1 random Negro Leaguer each offseason. So that gives you a Franchise Stars format that you can carry out over the long term as Gibson fans Dark there for the second out here in the first. So you'll see, like, why is Brian Jordan playing right field? Where's Stan Musial? Stan Musial's not in the league yet. He will be, but he's not here as of yet. Mays scalds a line drive, but right at Ozzie Smith, who picks it, and the side is retired. And if you wanted something good from Bob Gibson on 3 days rest, a 4-pitch first inning will get it done. We head to the top of the second. Cardinals 1, Giants nothing. Bernard Strom has joined us. Check out Bernie's broadcast from earlier on today. Aaron Reed in the house. How are you, Aaron? So great start for Gibson, and the Cardinals need that. Here's Jim Edmonds. Edmonds batting .250 so far in the playoffs. The Cardinals already know getting Gibby to go the distance here, given the 130-pitch outing 3 days ago, is probably asking for too much. But if they can get 5, if you really can push it to 6 strong innings out of Gibson, the Cardinals will sign up for that. Gibson will tell you he'll go as long as he needs. Edmonds pulls this one foul. It's 1-2. If they can force a Game 7, it'll be all hands on deck. Fastball misses up high. That one's fouled off as well. Dean would be on 2 days rest. Gibson basically on no rest for a Game 7. Or 1 day technically, but Dean would be on 2 days. So they would have to try to sort it out. Max Lanier may well get that start. But first they got to worry about getting there. Screwball inside from Hubble. Edmonds fights off another one. The count stays at 2-2. Outside pitch, slapped down to third. Lindstrom grabs it, throws over to first, and down goes Edmonds for the first out here in the second. Yeah, Pib, I try to focus on that. Fortunately, in that regard, like wind-ups and stuff like that, the show gives you so much stuff you can draw from. I don't quite get why they can't label them as pitchers. Like, there's a lot of generic wind-up and 1 through 75 and stuff like that. I don't know why they can't really name it as attach it to a player, because I don't think that would necessarily be a licensing thing, but I may just not know enough about the licensing aspect of it. So I got to kind of dig through it a little bit. I don't remember if Hubble's is one that actually is assigned as a legend windup, or if it's just one of those random old-timey windups, and I assigned it. I don't remember that off the top of my head. Screwball misses down low. It's 1-1 to Brian Jordan. Jordan has just torn the ball apart and played a terrific right field for the Cardinals, and he is now taken over the everyday spot in the postseason. J.D. Drew been the right fielder for most of the year, but Drew had been just horrendous in the playoffs, other than the big home run in the Game 5 clincher against the Mets. Hubble wants a new ball. Checks it out as he climbs onto the slab once again. No pitch clock here, obviously, as Carl Hubble being clocked with a sundial between pitches here at the moment. Posey sets up, and Hubble delivers. 2-1 pitch, misses up high. It's 3-1. Yadi Molina in the on-deck circle. Posey signals he wants it up. Hubble deals, that's in there for a called strike, and the count goes full. Breaking ball from Hubble, slapped down to first. McCovey has it. He'll take it to the bag himself, and there's 2 away. So Jordan grounds out weakly, and that'll bring up Molina. Molina miserable during the division series, and even the first couple games he was hitless here in the NLCS, but he started to swing a decent bat over the last few games. And every bat helps when you're going against this potent Giants lineup. Molina skies this one to left. Bobby Thompson drifts to his left a couple steps, puts it away, and the side is retired. So good inning there for Hubble, who bounces back after allowing the Hornsby homer in the first. We head to the bottom of the second. Ott, McCovey, and Kent due up for the Giants. 1-0 Cardinals.
Leading up for the Giants, the right fielder.
So here's Mel Ott, 242, 3 homers, 7 RBIs in the playoffs. Ott's average isn't there, but he's come up with several big hits in the postseason for the Giants. First pitch from Gibson misses up high. I apologize. I think I said 4 pitches. 6 pitches in the first inning for Bob Gibson. Here you see the best fictional umpire crew in the business gets the assignment here in the NLCS. 1-1 the count as Gibson looks in. Big rocking wind-up from Hooten. Ott pounds this one out in the right. It's deep, but Jordan's there on the edge of the warning track. Puts it away for out number 1. So Ott gave that one a ride, but Jordan was there. And now here's Willie McCovey. McCovey, 286, 4 homers, 9 RBIs in the playoffs. Again, the Giants dispatched of the Montreal Expos in the division series in 4 games. Before getting here as the winners of the West. Cardinals won the Central. Willie McCovey earned MVP honors a year ago. 16 homers over the final 6 weeks to lead the National League in homers with 51. Beating out teammate Willie Mays for those MVP honors. Mays, the presumptive favorite to take home the award this year. Gibson stalks back onto the mound with a look of Gibson-esque intensity. 1-2 the count as he looks in. Molina sets up down low. Goes a bit up higher there. I'm not sure that's where Gibson wanted it, but he'll get the result he wants. McCovey fouls it straight up. Molina sheds the mask, puts it away, and there's 2 down.
Batting 6.
Yeah, no, Aaron, there's no real pitch clock. That was just a joke. They would. I don't believe they would put a pitch clock in the game. That would be a horrific idea. I like the pitch clock very much, actually, in the real game, but to implement it into this would just be silly. So here's Jeff Kent. Kent batting .412 in the postseason. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Gibson rocks and fires. Slider away. It's 2-1. Kent lines it, leaping attempt by Boyer. It deflects off his glove and into foul territory. Kent will hold it first. Good effort there by Ken Boyer. Kent hit that ball hard. Boyer leaps, tries to come down with it, but it hits off the tip of the glove. So it's a hit for Kent. We'll give another look at that one. Rope to third. There you see Boyer. Boyer gets up just off the tip of the glove. Good effort there by Boyer. So now Gibson will deal with Buster Posey. Posey batting .313. Rough regular season for Posey. He only hit .235. But he's come alive in the postseason. He was a terrific postseason performer a year ago for the Giants as well. Boyer not much of a running threat at first. Gibson deals. Slider, Posey lines it into right. Jordan will play it on the hop. Kent will hold at second. Jordan with a hose throw into third. But the Giants have two men on here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Freddie Lindstrom. Big Clue's favorite player. First and second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Lindstrom has been terrific in the playoffs, though. 382 finds this one foul into the seats down the first baseline. Yes, the coldest winter I ever spent was the summer in San Francisco. Absolutely. Yeah, late October at Candlestick, by all accounts, was not fun. Between the cold, the wind, and the earthquakes, it was, all you needed was locusts, and that would pretty much run the quartet there. 0-2 as Gibson's ahead of Lindstrom. Now he's got some room to work him a bit. Slider away. Lindstrom tries to hold up unsuccessfully, and Gibson sends him packing. Gibson pumped as he comes off the mound. We'll head to the top of the third here at the stick. 1-0 Cardinals. In steps Tommy Edman. Edman batting .250. No homers, 2 RBIs. Edman has been playing second against lefties. Hornsby moving into the DH spot. Edman has been terrific in the field. Hasn't done much at the plate. First pitch from Hubble is inside. Hubble rocks and fires. Good screwball there. 4 called strike. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch from Hubble. Edman chases a high fastball, and it's 1-2. Hubble rocks and fires again. Screwball there. Edman skies it lazily to left. Thompson takes a few steps in. Puts it away for out number 1. Sorry, they're just taking a sip of water. A la Bernie Strom. Here's Ray Lankford. Lankford batting .200 in the postseason. No homers and an RBI. Playing in the lefty-lefty spot anyway, despite his struggles, because J.D. Drew has been even worse. Screwball there is in for a called strike. Another screwball. Lankford lines this one the other way. That might get down. That's a base hit for Lankford. Thompson being pulled away from the play, and Lankford will pull in a second base with an opposite field 1-out double. Good piece of hitting from Ray Lankford. Thompson got to it as best he could, but Lankford runs well, and it's a 1-out double, bringing up Ozzie Smith. Screwball is in for a called strike. Smith popped out his first time up, now hitting .286 in the playoffs. That's very cool, Pib. Very, very cool. Another good screwball from Hubble. Hitting the spot at the knees, and it's 0-2 to Ozzie. Hornsby waits on deck. Hubble from the set. Takes a peek at Langford at second. And delivers. That one misses down and away. Once again from the set. The deal. Smith won't chase. That's a fastball away, and the count goes to 2-2. Screwball misses away. So Hubble, ahead of Smith, has now had the count go full on. Hasn't made a competitive pitch on these last three. Here's the offering to Smith. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, fly ball to right. Ott is there. Puts it away. And Ott makes the grab for the second out as Holly the Bernedoodle shakes out her jingle bells. Hello, puppy. Go grab your seat on the couch, baby. Here's Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby, first time up, went deep. You can see the numbers. Hornsby 3 for 20 in this series. The home run in game one, the home run he just hit tonight, and only one other hit during the series. Screwball there, misses down and away. Hornsby's been an all-star both years of the FSBL. Screwball there on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Hubble delivers. Hornsby fouls it off. Hubble doing a good job of keeping that screwball low. He's ahead of Hornsby 1-2 here. 2 outs, runner on second in the top of the third. Curveball there, misses down and in. Hubble from the set. Delivers. And he gets him with the screwball. Good pitch there from Hubble. Hornsby out in front. And the side is retired. So Hubble gets out of the jam. Now the Giants will try to get on the board. We head to the bottom of the third at Candlestick. Game 6 of the NLCS. Cardinals lead it 1-0. So here's Bobby Thompson to lead things off for the Giants. Thompson has split time during this series, but he's now playing every day these past few games of this series. 429, a homer and 4 RBIs. Gibson, again, on 3 days rest after a 130-pitch complete game shutout in Game 3. He's at 22 pitches to start the third. First pitch strike there to Thompson at the knees. Fastball down low, Thompson swings and misses, and Gibson's ahead of him 0-2. Gibby gets the sign from Molina, signals he wants it up. Gibson obliges high, fastball, good morning, good afternoon, good night, as Gibson fans Bobby Thompson, his third strikeout of the ball game, and there's 1 out here in the third. The classic Gibson delivery. And Bobby Thompson comes up empty. Here's Benny Koff. Koff is 0 for 1. Fastball up and in. This is the mark. Koff flew out his first time up. He is 4 for 19 in the series with a homer and a pair of RBIs. Everybody gets the chance. A few broadcasts today from friends of the channel. Bernie Strom was on earlier on this afternoon. His old Red Sox replay, and our good friend Beatles Eternally just did a Nolan Ryan Lefty Grove all-time greats matchup with OOTP 24 on his channel. Be sure to check that out when you get the opportunity. Fastball misses up high. The count is 2-1. And I gotta believe that Dwayne streamed something today, because Dwayne streams every day. So be sure to check out Dwayne Martz's terrific channel as well. I believe MV was on earlier as well today, doing some of his 60s Mets stuff with OOTP. Fastball just misses. Gibson thought he had that one at the letters. Disagrees, and it's a 1-out base runner. Here's Alvin Dark. Dark is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Koff can run a bit. Gibson knows it, throws over to first, and he dives back in. Mize doesn't even go through with the formality of the tag. There's another throw over. Koff dives in again. And another throw over. That one's down in the dirt, but Mize keeps it in front of them. And Koff is unable to advance. So Gibson very aware of Brenny Koff at first. That's 4 straight throws over to first. Some foolish fans booing, as though pickoff throws are not part of the game. Now Gibson deals, and they go to the pitch out. Nothing doing there. Benny Koff, a fine player and a solid base stealer, but he's not Ricky Henderson, who has led the league in stolen bases, led the majors in stolen bases both years. But Gibson very much trying to keep him close. That fastball misses down low, and now it's 2-0. Willie Mays is on deck. It feels like Gibson's got to lock himself in on dealing with Dark here more than dealing with Koff at first base. 2-0 pitch from Gibson. Slider doesn't slide, and it's 3-0. Last thing Gibson wants is Mays up with 2 on. From the set, Gibson delivers. 3-0 fastball splits the plate right down the center for strike 1. So now Gibson has got himself back into this confrontation. Now he'll look to possibly induce a ground ball out of Dark here. Koff hasn't made a break as of yet. 3-1 pitch. Slider there, popped up. Shallow right field. Jordan coming on. He'll be under it. Puts it away for out number 2. So Gibson battles back from down 3-0 to get Dark to fly out, and now there's 2 outs, a runner on first for Willie Mays. Mays lined out to Ozzie Smith his first time up. 5 for 21 in the series, a homer and 4 RBIs. And Mays led the league in batting, led the league in home runs. Missed out on the Triple Crown, finishing a little bit down the table. I believe he was 5th. In runs batted in. And Mays also missed 3 weeks with an MCL sprain during the season. 1-0 pitch, curveball misses away. Melott waits on deck. 2-0 pitch coming from Gibson to Mays. That slider again here. Another slider that Gibson loses a little bit. There didn't seem to be much movement on that one, and he's behind Mays 3-0. You figure Mays would have a green light, and Gibson would know it. 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball, and Mays does take a hack at it, fouls it off. Gibson from the set. 3-1 pitch to Mays. Mays hits this one hard but foul into the seats. And the count is full. So Gibson has battled himself back here. Now it's a payoff pitch to Mays. Koff will be off, with 2 men down in the full count. 3-2 pitch from Gibson. And a beautiful curveball on the inside corner. Down goes Mays. Strikeout number 4 for Gibson ends the 3rd. We head to the top of the 4th. We're a third of the way through here at the stick. 1-0 Cardinals in Game 6. In steps Johnny Mize. Our good friend Dave Little is here. How are you, Dave? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming by. So Humble will deal with the heart of this Cardinals order here in the 4th. Mize leads things off. He takes a first pitch for a called strike. Curveball down in the zone, fouls it off, and it's quickly 0-2. (0-2) offering, screwball at the bottom of the zone. Mize fouls it off. This is MLB The Show 22, Dave. The roster set project that I created for it. I was already 1,000 players deep in the player creation as Hubble fans Mize with a high fastball there that Mize doesn't agree with. Second strikeout for Hubble. And that'll bring up Ken Boyer. I had already made more than 1,000 players by the time MLB The Show 23 came out. And you can't import players into the new version, which you used to be able to do with old versions. So I just didn't buy 23 because it didn't make any sense for me to. Yeah, it's an incredibly stunning game, Dave. It really is. And it's there were a few annoyances to it, things they should have gotten right that they haven't. But it plays a outstanding game of baseball. 0-1 pitch from Hubble the Boy. Good screwball there at the knees, and it's 0-2. You see there, Boyer played 162. The Cardinals had great health during the season. Ozzie played 162, and I believe Johnny Mize played 162 as well. Hornsby had a brief injured list stint, but I still think Hornsby played 150. Certainly a big component to winning teams. Screwball down in the dirt. The count is 2-2 to Boyer. Boyer drives this one out into the gap. That could be trouble. Going back near the wall. It's a one-hopper off the wall in the gap in right center. Ken Boyer will pull in at second with a one-out double. And the Cardinals will threaten again here in the fourth. That pitch caught way too much plate, and Boyer drives it into the gap. So that'll bring up Jim Edmonds. Edmonds is 0 for 1. Fastball at the knees for a called strike. Again, this is Game 6 of the NLCS. The Giants lead the series 3-2. The two teams split here in San Francisco. The Cardinals won Game 3 back at Busch, but then the Giants were able to win Games 4 and 5 to take the series lead. This one is popped up by Edmonds. Foul ground, Lindstrom has plenty of room, puts it away for the second out. So that'll bring up Brian Jordan. Jordan is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. 4 RBIs so far in the postseason for Jordan. Hubble checks the runner and delivers. Screwball away. Jordan goes fishing and fouls it off. Hubble comes to the set once again. Screwball there, misses outside. When Hubble has missed, that's where he has missed. He has missed outside to right-handers in this one. Other than that, he's been pretty impeccable with his control. Fastball there, Jordan fouls it off. So 1-2 the count as Hubble works to Brian Jordan. Here's the pitch. Jordan fouls off the screwball. And the count will hold at 1-2. Hubble from the set. Delivers fastball, misses away. Packed house here at Candlestick. Hoping to see their team clinch a second straight berth to the FSBL World Series. Screwball there, misses down low. The count goes full. You see Yadi Molina swinging the weighted bat in the on-deck circle, even though nobody actually stands in the on-deck circle to do it. 3-2 offering from Hubble. Fastball at the knee, strike 3 called. Down goes Jordan. Money pitch from Carl Hubble, who's been very good. Gibson's just been a bit better to this point. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals 1, Giants nothing. The Beatles noted earlier in the last pitch of the 3rd inning, Gibson with the hammer. And I love that because that was intelligent, because you'd seen Gibson had thrown a couple of bad sliders before that just didn't move. So instead he went to the curveball, which is like his 4th pitch in his arsenal. So intelligent pitching there from Gibson. Here's Melott. Fastball misses down low. It's 1-0. Fastball at the bottom of the zone. Ott swings and fouls it off. Fastball there. That probably got a little more plate than Gibson wanted, but Ott fouls it off. And the count goes to 1-2. Gibson deals. High fastball. Ott flinched but didn't pull the trigger, and the count is 2-2. And he gets him with the slider away. Down goes Ott. 5th strikeout for Gibson here for the first out in the bottom of the 4th. Still relatively early in this one, but right now Gibson is not looking like a guy who you're going to have to worry about a pitch count about. Despite that, again, he's on 3 days rest after throwing 130 pitches in Game 3. Here's Willie McCovey. The fastball misses inside. McCovey popped out his first time up. Fastball in for a called strike. Count is 1-1. I forgot about that, Dwayne. Yes, Adrian Beltre getting ejected for moving the on-deck circle. One of the more ridiculous things you'll ever see. 2-1 pitch. McCovey fouls it off, and the count goes to 2-2. You remember, in that terrific Game 3 shutout start, Gibson broke out the changeup often, breaks out the curveball here and gets McCovey. Strikeout number 6 for Gibson. So Gibson perhaps realizing maybe that curveball needs to get a little more action in this one. He's now fanned a couple guys out with that pitch. Again, his changeup was great in Game 3, and that's his 3rd pitch. He's fastball slider predominantly. Here's Jeff Kent. There's a slider, misses away. It's 1-0. Kent singled. He's hitting .500 in the NLCS, 9 for 18. .1-0 pitch here from Gibson. Fastball is in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Ground ball back up the middle. It gets past Gibson, but not past Smith, who whirls and throws and gets him. Oh, beautiful play by the Wizard behind second, and the side is retired. Marvelously done by Ozzie Smith. We head to the top of the 5th. It's still 1-0 Cardinals. Bob Gibson continues to roll. Here's Yanni Molina, but first we're going to check out that play from Ozzie Smith, because that was pretty. Ground ball up the middle. The Wizard with the play, the throw, and he gets him with room to spare. Nicely done by Ozzie. So top of the 5th, here's Molina to lead things off against Hubble. Fastball. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Replay Sports Channel is in. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for swinging by. We got a good one going here in San Francisco as the Cardinals try to stay alive and force a Game 7. Screwball down at the bottom of the zone. Molina fouls it off to stay alive. Again, the real story in this one for the Cardinals, Bob Gibson threw a 130-pitch, 4-hit complete game in Game 3. He is certainly not fully rested, but he's here on 3 days rest, and so far he looks terrific. Just a matter of how long he'll be able to go. Molina flies out to Mays for the first out. Here's Tommy Edman. Edman is 0 for 1. If you're new to watching this, I take over handling, or I'll start, taking over is probably an overstatement, but I'll handle bullpens and pinch hitters starting in the 7th inning for both teams, just because I think I can do a better job than the AI does sometimes, particularly with pitching changes. The AI also isn't as aggressive as it probably should be in terms of pinch hitters. But if the game decides to remove a pitcher, I can't undo that, as Edman drops one in front of Mays with a 1-out single here in the top of the 5th. So if the game decides Gibson is done, I won't be able to override. But I think, unless he really bottoms out his energy meter, as long as he hasn't allowed a run, he'll pitch. So here's Ray Langford. Langford doubled his first time up. Langford, a very strong pull hitter, went the other way for that double. Hubble checks the runner and deals. Screwball misses down low. Yeah, it's so visually stunning. Yeah, I saw you were doing that college football game before, and then I went out for a bit with my wife. But I will try to catch that probably during work tomorrow. It's when I try to get caught up on streams that I see. I'm like, oh gee, I gotta catch up on that. But definitely check out Replay Sports Channel's channel, as well as Dave Little's, if you are not familiar with their work. Certainly well worth a visit. So the count is 3-0 here as Hubble works to Langford. Ozzie Smith waits on deck for the order to roll over. Hubble delivers. Langford takes, and it's ball 4, down and in. So now Hubble's up against it a little bit. First and second, 1 out. Here's Ozzie Smith. Smith is 0 for 2. He has flown out and popped out. First pitch, screwball misses down. Again, Hubble has done a very good job of keeping that screwball down in the zone. Fastball inside. Smith flies it to center. Coming on is Willie, and he's going to have to play it on the hop, but a heads-up play from Willie Mays. Oh, my goodness. What a double play. The wind seemed to get a hold of that and drop that one in front of Mays. We'll check out that replay before we start the bottom of the 5th. There's not really much you can really blame any of the Cardinals for on this one. Mays is coming hard. He didn't get a bad break or anything, but the wind kind of held that one, blew it back towards the infield. You can blame Edman. Edman kind of gets frozen. He thinks Mays is going to catch this. It lands in front. Let's see now what's happened here. Let's see if we can keep an eye on both runners here. So there's the fly ball. Langford waits. Edman goes and then breaks back. One hopper, Mays grabs it right on the hop. So now Langford has to take off. Edman knows he has to go to third, but he was breaking towards second. Very good quick release here from Kent. The throw to third, it's a tag play, but Lindstrom gets Edman, and it's your little scene, 8-4-5 double play. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. A little bit of bad luck there for the Cardinals. We'll see if it ends up costing them. Here's Buster Posey. Posey, first pitch swinging, deep drive to left. Going back is Langford in the corner. Makes the play. Nice grab by Ray Langford. Langford hits the sidewall but holds on, and there's one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Freddie Lindstrom. Lindstrom is 0 for 1. Yep, heads up play by the second baseman, Jeff Kent. That's correct. Outfield fly rule from Dwayne. D. Scott asks, does Willie ever make his trademark basket catch in this animation? That's a good question. Because so MLB The Show gives you a bunch of legends who you can use. And the legends look great and all that stuff. The problem with the legends for this project is, so when I started this project, I set everybody's age to 22. But when the game does legends, as Lindstrom lines a base hit in the center, it'll give you like the 29-year-old version of Willie Mays, and you can't edit the age. So that doesn't serve my purpose. So I basically had to go and, although I think this is actually somebody else's model of Mays, and then I just did the ratings. But since I don't know if the Legends version that it gives you in the game may have that animation, but I can't program the custom-made maze that I did to have that animation. That's a good question. I actually don't remember if I've ever seen the one that comes with the game do that or not. He should, because that would be cool. 0-1 offering as Gibson works to Bobby Thompson. Slider there. That one caught a little bit too much plate, but Thompson fouls it off. 0-2 the count. Gibson's at 61 pitches, and again, you're only watching that because of the 3 days rest and the 130 pitches in Game 3. Beautiful curveball again from Gibson. He gets Thompson again. 7th strikeout for Bob Gibson, and Gibson says, pitch count, here's your freaking pitch count. He has been terrific. And it's been the curveball, not the slider, that's gotten it done for Gibson here tonight. 2 down, runner still on first. Here's Benny Koff. Koff is 0 for 1 with a walk. Fastball there, misses down low. Gibson looks in from the set. Fastball is in for a called strike. Koff had an outstanding rookie season. Again, if you're not familiar with Benny Koff, he's an old Federal League player. Spent time with the Giants. Go look into him when you get a chance. Skies this one to right. Brian Jordan gets there in the gap and tracks it down easily. And the side is retired. So it's 14 straight scoreless innings for Bob Gibson in this series. We're through 5, 1-0 Cardinals, Gibby throwing a gem. That one run was produced by this man, Rogers Hornsby, a solo homer in the first. Hornsby, a fantastic regular season, was decent in the division series. But he is 3 for 21 in this series. Screwball is in for a called strike. There you see Hornsby, 37 homers during the regular season. Shot line to first. McCovey snags it on the fly, and there's one away. Dwayne notes he had a great curveball in the year 1 playoffs. Also, yeah, everything worked for Gibson in last year's playoffs. He was terrific. Those 2 matchups he had with Scherzer in year 1 were so fun to call. Those were just great, great games to watch. So here's Johnny Mize. Mize is 0 for 2. Fastball in there for a called strike. And I love the guys who, you saying that, Dwayne. I think that's so cool. The guys watch, remember stuff like that about the league and the playoffs and all that kind of stuff. That is very fulfilling for me as the guy creating this, so I appreciate that. Screwball from Hubble misses down low. SGJ Jamie, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. I hope all is good with you and you're enjoying your night. Appreciate you spending a little bit of it with me here. 2-1 the count. We have got a dandy here at Candlestick. 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses up and in to Mize. And it's 3-1. Ken Boyer waits in the on-deck circle. If you have not subscribed as of yet, and this is your first time watching, I appreciate your time. I hope you will consider subscribing. And if you are enjoying what you are seeing, I hope you will bang that like button, because the rumor is YouTube likes that thing. 3-2 pitch from Hubble. Mize fouls another one off. Full count as Hubble rocks and fires. Fastball up high, but Mize chases. Hubble fans him. Fourth strikeout for Carl Hubble, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Here's Ken Boyer. Boyer is 1 for 2. He doubled in the 4th. Posey sets inside a bit. Hubble fastball misses up high. It's 1-0. Again, Ken Boyer, an outstanding regular season for the Cardinals this year. He was decent in year 1, but he was exceptional this year. Hit over 300, hit 30 homers. Fastball misses inside. It's 2-0. Boyer pretty much performing to the peak of expectation for him. Fastball there, tries to hold up. They punch him there, and it's 2-1. Two-one offering, lined by Boyer. Nice play by Kent, who snares the liner, and the side is retired. So Boyer hit it hard, but Kent was up to it. Now the Giants will send up Dark, Mays, and Ott. Big inning coming up, it feels like, here for Bob Gibson. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-0 Cardinals. Here's Alvin Dark. Dark is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. Gibson at 65 pitches. Check swing there, pops to short, falls in front of Smith. He'll have plenty of time to throw out Alvin Dark, and excuse me swing there. Dark fooled badly, and his problems continue here in the postseason. Dark hit 400 or so in last year's playoffs for the Giants. He has not done anywhere near that this time around. So now Gibson battles Mays again. Mays is 0 for 2. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. AC Mays a 1060 OPS over the first 2 years of the FSBL. And there's that slider. Snaps a beauty off there and is ahead of Mays 0-2. Gibson has just been in complete command. With a 1-0 lead, very tenuous against this Giants lineup. Fastball locks up Mays. 3 pitches, and down goes Willie, and Gibson has had his number today. 8 strikeouts for Bob Gibson. Willie can argue it, but that was a strike, folks. Beautifully done from Gibson. Then there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Curveball misses down low. What a performance to this point from Bob Gibson. Ott 0 for 2. He has struck out and lined out. Fastball there, chopped in the hole. Past the diving Boyer. Ozzie makes the play, though, and another beautiful play by Ozzie Smith. Past the diving Boyer, but Smith makes it look so smooth. And the side is retired. We are through 6 here at the Stick. 1-0 Cardinals. Game 6 of the NLCS. We're going to look at that one again because he's Ozzie Smith and he deserves it. Ott slaps one the other way. Here's a chopper. Now look here. Boyer gives it a good effort. But Smith picks it, ranging into the hole. On the run, going towards third base, gets good mustard on the throw and gets Ott with plenty of room to spare. Well, a great pitching performance frequently calls upon good defense too, and Gibson has certainly gotten that in this one. All right, so top of the 7th, so now I start dealing a little bit in bullpen. I mean, Hubble's been great. They don't have anybody warming yet. I suppose they probably should, just in case it turns sideways. quickly. I'm going to let them warm Lincecum up. Everybody's fully rested there, and Kozlow's done a nice job overall. He had one shaky outing, but other than that, he's been good. So Lincecum and Kozlow. Lincecum was great his last time out. I'm not even going to warm anybody up for Gibson at this point. I don't want to give the game an idea of taking him out when it shouldn't. So Hubble works to Jim Edmonds. He's 0 for 2. Checking in on the chat here. Nice pitching duel. Yeah, for myself, was the first pitch of the game accounted for. The first pitch of Hornsby was Hornsby's the number 2 hitter, but the first pitch of the Hornsby at bat. Yeah, so it was like the second or third pitch of the game. There's see Lincecum and Dave Kozlow throwing in the Giants bullpen. One of the absurd stadium creator limitations in the show, as great as the stadium creator thing is you can't create a park with bullpens beyond the outfield wall. It's always those old school bullpens out in foul territory, which just doesn't make any sense. There's a very angry Giants fan behind home plate. That guy just spiked his phone. 3-1 the count to Edmonds. Hubble misses up high for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk for Jim Edmonds to open up the top of the 7th for the Cardinals. That's right. That's right, Twink. Gibson's intimidating everybody. Here's Brian Jordan. Jordan's 0 for 2. Screwball there, fouled off. Carl Hubble has been outstanding in this game. He's just been bested by a guy who is just a machine at the moment in Bob Gibson. Swung on and missed, throw down to second, and they get Edmonds. That wasn't even a great throw from Posey. Hit and run attempt there. The swing and the miss, that throw was to the shortstop side of the bag. Ooh, that's close. Oh, that's close. We're going to take another look at that one from the other angle. Kent does a great job to get that tag down, but I'm not really sure they got him. Swing and a miss from Jordan. Again, throw is to the shortstop side. Where's he at? Oh, looks like he's got him there. Passing through him. Yep, he's got him. Beautifully done there by Jeff Kent. So the count is now 0-2 to Jordan. The base runner is erased. Jordan taps it in front of the plate. Posey pounces on it. Throws it to McCovey for the second out. I had to check that one, Dwayne. I couldn't believe that he got him there. And it's funny because the game is really precise about that thing. And I question the animation because I always feel like the arms, particularly when the guy does a head-first slide, they have the hands kind of levitating off the ground as opposed to being on the ground. And I feel like sometimes that costs guys there because you'll see like Edmonds' hands were kind of in the air above the base. And I kind of felt like if his hands were on the ground, he touches the base and he's in there in time. But it gets it right. It's not like they mangle the animation, but botch the call. It's the call is made correctly given the animation. I just think the animation is kind of flawed. So Hubble is ahead of Molina 1-2 here. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Game 6 of the NLCS. The ALCS is decided. The Cleveland Indians eliminated the Boston Red Sox in 5 games. And the Indians now await their opponent. Pitch in the dirt, swung on by Molina. Posey throws to first. And the side is retired. So it's 7th inning stretch time here in San Francisco. Carl Hubble continues to roll. He's been great, but Bob Gibson's been better. We head to the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Cardinals. 71 pitches for Gibson. Again, we only mentioned the pitch count for Gibson because he's on 3 days rest after a 130 pitch outing. Obviously 71 pitches by itself. Nothing for Bob Gibson. McCovey scalds that one but foul. Living dangerously if Gibson keeps on putting the balls in that spot, though. And he knows it. McCovey won't see that pitch again. Curveball misses inside. It's 1-1. And now the bullpen has started to throw for the Cardinals. Lindy McDaniel and Al Hrabosky. Hrabosky's been the best reliever on the staff in the postseason. The Cardinals would love to get Gibson through this seventh. McCovey hits one far, but it hooks. And it's into the seats in foul ground. It's 1-2. 9.2 feet outside the pole, according to the StatCast. 1-2 pitch from Gibson. McCovey skies it to left. It'll be playable. Langford's underneath it. Makes the grab for the first out. So McCovey got a couple of good hacks at Gibson there, but he's retired. 1 out. Here's Jeff Kent. Kent is 1 for 2. He's singled back in the second. Doug Hunt is here. How are you, Doug? We got a gem going here. Slider just off the plate. It's 1-0. Gibson kind of peeks out there, sees that bullpen action going. Not sure he'll be happy with that. Believe it's precautionary at this point, but we'll see. Fastball in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Fastball misses down and in. 2-1 the count. Fastball at the knees. Kent drives it foul to the right side, and it's 2-2. Gibson leers in. 2-2 delivery. High fastball. Kent takes it, and the count goes full. Buster Posey waits on deck. High drama here at Candlestick. Gibson rocks. Fires. Kent fouls off another one. Molina signals low. That one fastball a little bit up in the zone, and Kent fouls off another pitch. Good at bat here for Jeff Kent against Bob Gibson. 3-2 offering. High fastball. Kent hits it deep to left, but it's hooking. And that will find the seats in foul territory and be nothing more than a souvenir. But Kent trying to wear Gibson out here. 3-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 3. Money pitch from Bob Gibson, strikeout number 9, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. A pinpoint pitch from Bob Gibson. Kent looking for something else, clearly. 2 down, here's Posey. Fastball misses up high. Posey 1 for 2. He's singled back in the second. Gibson rocks and fires. Fastball is in for a called strike. Slider misses down low. It's 2-1. Gibson delivers. Ground ball to short. Smith has it. Throws to first and gets Posey, and it is 7 scoreless innings for Bob Gibson. Just an unbelievable effort from Gibson here. We know he's fatigued. 3 days rest, and he has dominated this Giants lineup. We head to the top of the 8th of Game 6. Larry Jansen comes on for the Giants. Carl Hubbell's day is done. And the Cardinals still lead it 1-0. Jansen has made 3 scoreless appearances out of the pen for the Giants in this postseason. He will face Tommy Edman. We'll take a quick look at Hubbell's final pitching line. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Carl Hubble was great tonight. About as good a pitching duel as you're going to get. Hubble and Gibson have just been outstanding. First pitch fastball is in there for a strike to Tommy Edman. Edman's so strong defensively, will get to stay in this game, even though a righty pitcher is now on the mound. Edman has traditionally started just against lefties. He'll stay in the lineup here, and they'll rely on his glove. The Cardinals, the best defensive team in the National League. 1-1 the count as Jansen works to Edman. Breaking ball. Tried to hold up. They say he did. It's 2-1. Change up there. Edman fouls it off, and it goes to 2-2. The Pip says very realistic for Gibby. Yeah, I mean, he's been such an interesting story because he has significantly underperformed during the regular season. I mean, he's rated about as low as you can rate a pitcher. He's one of the top 5 or 6 rated pitchers in the game. But it just hasn't clicked in the regular season. He's given up more home runs than would be expected of him. This Edman hits a shot into right, so the leadoff man is on in the top of the 8th. But in the postseason, Gibson has been vintage Gibby both years here in the FSBL. So it's a leadoff single for Tommy Edman. And now here's Ray Langford. Langford is 1 for 1. Throw over to first. McCovey puts the tag on. Edman is back in safely. Here's the pitch from Jansen. Fastball on the outside corner. 1-1. Or 0-1 the count. Langford's 1 for 1 with the double. Jansen takes a peek over at Edman. The runner goes. Throw down to second by Posey, and Edman gets the hand in there in time ahead of the tag from Alvin Dark. So Edman swipes the bag. Close play there. So now the Cardinals have an insurance run in scoring position. You wonder if they get the insurance run, will that have any impact on whether Gibson stays in this game or the Cardinals take their 7 innings from Gibson in this circumstance and try to let the bullpen close it out. In real life, if you tried to take Bob Gibson out of this game, there would be felony assault in the dugout. Fastball misses inside. It's 2-2. Again, if the game decides that it wants to take him out, that I can't override. So we'll kind of have to see what happens. Ground ball up the middle for Langford. That's a base hit. Mays coming on. Edman gets all good jump around third. No shot at him there. Mays took a shot at him. But Edman in safely. It's an RBI single for Ray Langford. And the Cardinals get the insurance run they desperately needed. It's 2-0 St. Louis. That's a nice curveball from Jansen, and Langford just went down and got it. Good piece of hitting from Ray Langford. Now here's Ozzie Smith. Smith is 0 for 3. Change-up misses away. It's 1-0. Ozzie 7 for 24 in the series. Jansen looks in. There's the pitch. Shot to third. Picked by Lindstrom. Langford was trying to steal. No shot at forcing him at second. So Langford is to second. Ozzie's thrown out for the first out here in the top of the 8th. And that'll bring up Rogers Hornsby. And if you missed it, in the first inning, Hornsby did this. Deep drive to left. First pitch he saw from Carl Hubble. The only blemish on Hubble's ledger for the evening was that shot from Hornsby. Now he'll try to do the same against Jansen. Good curveball in for a called strike. 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses up and in. Series of lefties up next. Got to figure Dave Kozlow will come into this game. Change up. Misses down and away. It's 2-1. Fastball, Hornsby into right field. That's a base hit. And it's going to get by Ott and go to the wall. Langford comes around to score. Hornsby will pull in at second with an RBI double. And Rogers Hornsby has come alive here in Game 6. It's 3-0 St. Louis. That ball was roped and sliced away from Ott, who was unable to cut it off. Wouldn't have had a play anyway at Langford, even if he had gotten there. So now here comes Kozlow for Jansen to try to get through the lefties in this order and keep this game within reach. Mize is 0 for 3. First pitch from Kozlow, change up, misses down low. Kozlow from the set looks in and delivers. Curveball misses away. It's 2-0. Mize pulls this one foul. The Giants will assuredly bring, if this result holds, they will bring Rube Marquard back, who has been terrific in the postseason. They will bring Marquard back on 3 days rest for a Game 7 start. The Cardinals will have to think about how they want to approach it. Could be Max Lanier, it could be Howie Pollard on short rest, with Dizzy Dean out in the bullpen to give you a couple innings on a day's rest, 2 days rest if necessary. 3-2 pitch to Mize, hit the other way. Thompson is there, puts it away for out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, Ken.
So now here's Ken Boyer. Boyer is 1 for 3. He doubled in the 4th. And they're going to, wow, they call for the free pass. So Boyer is going to be intentionally walked here, which is actually the right move, with Jim Edmonds for the lefty-lefty on deck. Creates the force. Edmonds is 0 for 2. Walked his last time up. Beatles notes the Giants are going to be scary when Mathewson joins. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, their pitching staff is already really good. They haven't had a great postseason as a collective, but I mean, their staff is really good. They were terrific during the regular season. Marquard's the only one of them who's pitched really well, although Hubble wasn't great in his start against the Expos, but he was outstanding tonight, obviously. 1-1 the count as Kozlow works to Edmonds. There's a knuckleball. Kozlow breaks those out occasionally, and he fools Edmonds there. It's 1-2. Dave Kozlow trying to keep this game in striking distance. Takes a peek at the runner and delivers. Edmonds slaps it down to Lindstrom. Lindstrom's throwing. He pulls Kent off the bag. Everybody's safe. Somewhere, Big Clue is having a beverage and saying, "I told you so." Freddie Lindstrom. Kent looked like he may have been a little late getting over there. He might have thought that Lindstrom was just going to go to first. But Lindstrom tries to go the short way and pulls Kent off the bag. They don't get anybody. How many guys has Kozlow faced? Now I'm trying to remember. I think he can come. I think he's faced 3 at this point, right? A walk, 1 out, and the infield. And that's 3 for Kozlow, because I don't think you're having the lefty face the righty here when you got two righties warming up in the bullpen. Much to MV's dismay, Felix Rodriguez has actually been really good for the Giants this season. So Rodriguez will get the call here.
Your attention, please.
3 2/3 scoreless in 3 postseason appearances for Felix Rodriguez. So after Big Clue's favorite third baseman just made a bad play, now MV's favorite reliever will come in and see what he can do against Brian Jordan. Jordan's 0 for 3. Slider misses down and away. The bases are juiced. There's no room at the end. Jordan stays in the hit against the right-hander, which lets you know how far J.D. Drew's stock has fallen in this postseason. Changeup is in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Rodriguez deals. Jordan slapped down to first. Nicely picked by McCovey. He'll take it to the bag himself, and McCovey saves from further damage. But the Cardinals get 2. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. 3-0 St. Louis. We'll see if Gibson comes out for the 8th. Lindstrom, Thompson, and Koff due up. And Bob Gibson comes out to the mound. So Gibson will get to start the 8th inning. Lindstrom, first pitch swinging out to center. Edmonds coming on. He's there. And it's 1 pitch, 1 out, and Gibson will sign up for that.
The left fielder, number 23, Bobby Thompson.
So here's Bobby Thompson. Thompson's had a good series, but Thompson has looked like absolute garbage against Gibson today. So I think they're going to pinch hit for him. They've got one lefty on the bench. It's Hank Thompson. So Hank Thompson will come in to hit for Bobby Thompson. Too many Thompsons on this team. Because Robbie Thompson is on the roster also. So there's 2 Thompsons and a Thompson. Not remotely confusing. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. Three days rest and pitch count. Bob Gibson has pretty much flushed those down the toilet. Slider misses inside. It's 1-1. Gibson rocks and fires. Locks him up. That's a strike. It's 1-2. Gibson is feeling it at this point. This is just adrenaline carrying Bob Gibson through here right now. 1-2 pitch to Hank Thompson. Fastball misses up and in. Two and 2 the count. Gibson winds. Fires. And a curveball there locks Thompson up. Oh my goodness, that pitch has been exceptional for Gibson. 10 strikeouts for Bob Gibson. Down goes Hank Thompson here in the bottom of the 8th. Two down. Here's Benny Koff. Koff is 0 for 2 with a walk. Fastball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Molina puts down the sign. Koff lines that one. There's a base hit in the right. So it's a 2-out single for Benny Koff. Alvin Dark is due up. Dark has been terrible. Gibson stays in. First pitch misses, and I meant to do the change there. I'm glad Dark didn't swing because I don't think Alvin Dark gets this at bat. So it's not ideal that there was a first pitch thrown, but I'm not overly worried about that, especially since he didn't swing. But Dark has been brutal. There's no left. I know there's no lefty bat, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make sense to pinch hit for Dark here. I mean, Robbie Thompson, Bob Brenly, Dick Bartell, who's the guy who'd come in to replace him anyway, and Sam Murtis. I mean, there's not a great bat out there from anybody. Yeah, their bench actually is not particularly good offensively. All right, well, you're gonna stick with the horse who brought you here. Dark is gonna get the at bat anyway. So good in last year's postseason, they're gonna have faith that Dark can come through here. 1-0 pitch, Dark lines one but foul. Oh goodness, D. Scott, yes. Yeah, the umps make very questionable calls on them. You can set the umpires to be variable or not. And it's funny because I think I was talking about this in last night's broadcast. I actually wish that if you put variable umpires on, they will almost always have bad calls to a degree. So it's almost like you never get a truly called game where they don't make mistakes. Which I wish wasn't the case. But basically, it's always one of the corners. You lose one of the corners, either the inside or the outside corner. You'll almost always lose. 3-1 from Gibson to Dark. Fastball is in for a called strike. Willie Mays looms on deck as the tying run. Gibson has owned Mays tonight, but there is nobody, even Gibson himself, who would tell you he wants that matchup in a tying spot. Dark fouls it off. He hangs in there. Gibson is now up over 100 pitches. Throw over to first. Koff gets back. Gibson needs this out. 3-2 pitch to Alvin Dark. Fastball is fouled back. Dark battling. Gotta think this is Gibson's last batter. Three-two pitch. Ground ball to third. Boyer has it. Takes his time, throws to first. Dark is retired, and it's 8 scoreless innings for Bob Gibson. So Dark grounds out. Mays is left in the on-deck circle. We head to the ninth at the stick. 3-0 St. Louis. Sam Murtis will come into left field to replace Bobby Thompson. Here's Yadi Molina. Molina is 0 for 3. He struck out his last time up. Change up is a called strike. Oh, 0-1 offering fastball at the knees. Beautiful pitch there from Rodriguez. It's 0-2. Jam shot inside, falling quickly, but Murtis is there. Puts it away for out number 1. I got to go and check the Cardinals bullpen. I want to make sure they have... All right, Taylor and Hrabosky is how it should be. I want to see, though. So it's Mays, Ott, and McCovey. So, I mean, Taylor's been their closer all year. But Hrabosky has been terrific in this postseason. Taylor hasn't allowed anything either. But with the 2 lefties coming up, you could make the argument to use Hrabosky instead of Taylor there. I'm going to let you guys mull that one in the chat. Feel free to weigh in on that. Who should pitch the ninth? Again, if it doesn't take Gibson out, I'll let Gibson start the ninth. But I think that now that he's over 100 pitches, I think they're going to take Gibson out. So I just want to make sure that I have the contingency plan in place. Although if they take him out, I may not have a choice. I may just go, because if it, like, for example, if I wanted to put Herboski in, if it pulls him out, it would let Taylor start the inning. And, it decides to put Taylor in. I would then lose Taylor for the rest of the game in order to put Herboski in, which in a 3-0 game I'd probably be willing to do. But if you guys want to share your thoughts on whether I should go with Taylor or Herboski there. Again, Taylor's been the closer all year, but there's 2 lefties coming up after Mays. So you could make the argument to use Herboski there. Neither has allowed a run so far this postseason. As Edman flies out to left, here's Ray Langford. Feels like St. Louis needs one more run. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. You just, this Giants lineup can get rolling on you quickly. If you were doing AI, Gibson starts ninth. Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, if it was up to me, I think Gibson would start it. But I'm thinking in terms of, like I said, if the game doesn't pull him, I won't pull him. At least to start the inning, I would give him a base runner, basically. But the choice of whether to go with Taylor or Herboski is an interesting one. You can certainly make the case either way. Again, neither one is allowed a thing in the postseason. But with the 2 lefties coming up, I just kind of feel like Herboski could possibly be the guy to call there. Langford past the diving McCovey. It's a 2-out single in the right.
Up next for the Cardinals, the shortstop.
Oh, I see what you mean, Dwayne. Okay, I misread. I read that as AI, not Al. D. Scott wants Herboski too. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, if the game starts Gibson in the 9th, I at least let Gibson, pitch to Mays, and then can kind of revisit it from there. Again, he is over the 100 pitches, the 3, all that stuff. But now that you've got the cushion, a 1-0 game, I think it's a tougher call. I think at 3-0, you can certainly leave him. You can certainly leave him in to start it. It's not like you're going to bring Gibson back tomorrow in Game 7, even out of the bullpen anyway. So 2-0 here as Rodriguez works to Smith. Beatles thinks the Cardinals should get another run just in case. We'll see if they can oblige. Two-one offering. Smith goes the other way, picked by Lindstrom, and this time Lindstrom's throw to second is on target. They get the force. Well, bottom of the 6th, part of the Giants' order coming up. Mays, Ott, and McCovey. We'll see what happens here for the 9th. And Bob Gibson is going to take the hill. Gibson comes on to face Willie Mays. Mays is 0 for 3. Gibson has owned Mays on this night. First pitch fastball in for a called strike. Short of Catfish Hunters' Game 7 performance for the A's in the World Series last year, this might be the best playoff performance in the 2-year history of the FSBL from Bob Gibson here. Taking the whole package into account. The 3 days rest, the off 130 pitches, the poor regular season, and you put it all together, and now he's pitching to keep them alive. This is about as good as it gets. Mays leads things off, and Mays gets to him. It's a base hit in the center. Mays is going to go for 2, and he makes it. So Mays with a double into the gap to start off the 9th. And now I think you get Gibby out. You let him start it. And now that he's given that up, oh boy, the game wants. Oh, okay, I got to think about this one because the game is actually willing to leave him in because he hasn't conceded a run yet. Now I kind of feel like we're living dangerously to let Gibson keep on going. Especially as good as Hrabosky has been. I hate the notion of taking Gibson out, I admit, but I think Hrabosky's got to kind of get the nod here. You don't want to get greedy. You've gotten everything you could have possibly asked for out of Gibson in this start. And Bob Gibson is going to give up the ball. That's about as good as it gets, folks. Even begrudgingly here in San Francisco, this crowd knows that Gibson did a hell of a job here on this evening. And now it'll be up to Al Hrabosky to try to close it out. Hrabosky's 7 postseason appearances, he has not allowed a run. He has also not allowed a hit to a left-handed batter. He will face 2 of them coming up here in Ott and McCovey. As soon as I put things back to computer control. Here's Mel Ott. Ott is 0 for 3. Mays on second, 3-0 Cardinals. First pitch, fastball is fouled off. Easy to say from Hagerstown. Yep, no joke. No joke. You take him out, I'll stay in the dugout. Exactly, D. Scott. Oh my goodness. Try to take Gibson out in real life of this situation. I haven't even allowed a run yet. Get your ass back in the dugout. 2-1 pitch from Hrabosky. Ott fouls it off. Hrabosky back on the hill. The crowd here a Candlestick, getting a little bit of life to them. Can their team pull off the 9th inning rally? Fastball misses up high. It's 3-2. Hrabosky from the set, peeks at Mays. 3-2 pitch to Ott. Fastball is fouled off. Ott went reaching for that one. That was a little bit off the plate. Hrabosky sets again. High fastball and Ott swings and misses. So Hrabosky dialed it up. He went up high and Ott chased it for out number 1. Here's Willie McCovey. McCovey is 0 for 3. He flew out his last time up. First pitch, fastball in for a called strike. McCovey 167 against lefties here in the postseason. Fouls that one off, and Hrabosky is ahead of him 0-2. Chuck Taylor is still throwing in the bullpen. Hrabosky would have to face Kent after McCovey as well. But then after that, you could see Taylor for the final out, depending on the situation. 1-2 the count. Hrabosky to McCovey. Fouls another one off. Pitch clock problem. Yup. Yeah, Hrabosky was fun to watch. Fork ball inside. McCovey fouls it back. 1-2 pitch again. Down low, McCovey won't chase. 2-2 the count. McCovey fouls off another fastball. Terrific battle here between Al Hrabosky and Willie McCovey. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Mays on second. 3-0 Cardinals as they try to force Game 7. McCovey fouls off another one. High-intensity pitches here from Al Hrabosky. 2-2 pitch. High fastball, and McCovey fouls off another. A terrific battle going on here. Kind of feels like Hrabosky should go to something off the plate. He doesn't. He grooves one. McCovey hits it deep, but it's hooking. And that'll find the seats in foul ground. 10 pitches so far in this at-bat. Hrabosky sets again. High fastball. McCovey fouls it back again. Willie will not give in. 2-2 pitch. High fastball, and he gets him. 12 pitch at bat, but Hrabosky wins the war. Strikes out McCovey for the second out of the inning. The Giants are down to their final out here in Game 6. Here's Jeff Kent. Kent is 1 for 3. Kent, first pitch swinging, rips one but foul. Buster Posey waits on deck. If Kent gets on here, you probably see Chuck Taylor for the final out. Kent, fly ball, right field. Brian Jordan ranges over, puts it away. The ball game is over, and we'll have a Game 7, folks. The St. Louis Cardinals take Game 6 behind a simply remarkable performance from Bob Gibson. No other way to put it. Gibson was exceptional in this one. He has yet to allow a run in this series. He threw a complete game 4-hit shutout in Game 3. He throws 8 scoreless innings here tonight, allows 5 hits. So Gibson has allowed 9 hits in 17 innings without allowing a run in this NLCS. Your final line score, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. No runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Giants. Carl Hubble, about as tough luck a loser as you can get. Hubble was exceptional tonight. Bob Gibson was otherworldly. Hrabosky gets the save, and we will have a Game 7. Rogers Hornsby homers in the first. Cardinals get a couple of big hits late for the insurance runs, and Hrabosky, 2 big strikeouts of Melon and Willie McCovey with a run on in the ninth. Man, that was fun. That was a fun one to call. I mean, how do you get better than Bob Gibson? Really? Oh my goodness. And he's just become such a story in this league too. The way his career has played out over these first 2 years, it's just been so cool to watch. Well, guys, I greatly appreciate you guys checking in here for this one. Be sure to check out all the other great guys here in this community, their channels. Beatles Eternally was on earlier on. Dwayne Martz is always on. Bernie Strom had a great broadcast earlier on as well. Sports Time Machine, Replay Sports Channel was here. Dave Little was here. All those guys had streams going on earlier on too. So definitely just keep on supporting this awesome community, and I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. I'm not sure when Game 7 will be. Sundays, I work Sundays, and Sundays can get a little crazy with football Sundays and all that stuff. So I don't know when I'll get out of work tomorrow. So Game 7 might not be till Monday. If it's tomorrow, it'll be late tomorrow. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Just be sure to stay tuned, check the Discord and all that, Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully I will see you here for Game 7. I'd like to thank Bernard Strom, Dwayne Martz, YouTube Network, D. Scott Howard, Pib99 in the house, Doug Hunt, Beatles Eternally, Tex, Ags. That's all, man. We got a lot of names. I love that. That is good stuff, fellas. Much, much appreciated. Scrolling back, making sure I didn't miss anybody. Michael Silva was here. Again, Replay Sports Channel, SGJ Jamie was here. Dave Little was here as well. Always good to see some guys who I don't always get to see in here. Aaron Reed was on board. Always good to have Aaron along with us. Big Clue was here, booing Freddie Lindstrom throughout the course of the game. The worst third baseman in the hall, as Clue says every time he sees a Giants game. I think that rounds it up. But even if you weren't in the chat and you were just watching, greatly appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Be good to each other, and we will talk soon. The Cardinals and Bob Gibson force Game 7.